vastly different. Today, I'm going to share the hats that I wear these days and the meaning that they have to me. This first hat is one of those from my very first icebreaker 10 years ago. It's a jester hat that I got from the Circus Hotel in Las Vegas. And it represents how I'm still young at heart, and I can be a goofball when I want to be. I like to laugh and joke, but often subtle and when people least expect it, which gives my jests even more power. Next, I've been married since that last time I did this speech, and this hat was my wedding day gift, that I could wear it on the dance floor at our reception with my suit, and it went very smartly with my black suit. My wife knew that I liked hats, and the look was a great fit for the occasion. We'll have to, maybe another speech will be about the dance moves that I had on the floor, dancing with all the ladies with my hair. It was really something. But this was a special one from my wife. Now, after that time, along with being married, I took on a new life, my wife's life, with mine, and our stories converged, and the size of my family and my history grew in that instant. My wife's grandfather had a couple of authentic quality Stetson hats, which were passed down to me. Now, while very old, this one is a unique look that I like to sport with certain outfits to honor my expanded family heritage. Most notably, once I wore this during our dinner hour at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island, where everyone has to wear old-timey, really posh clothes, dresses, suits, and everything, and the hat went very well with the 1930s atmosphere they have there. My adventure hat I got on our first big trip together, my wife and I, to explore the national parks. We went out west to Arches National Park in Utah, and I hit up several others as well while we were out there. And on that trip, as well as throughout all the years since, I've collected a hat pin from every major national park that we've been to. See, I have a lot of different ones on here. There's Petrified Forest, Mesa Verde, Canyonlands, Grand Canyons on the top here, Sunset Crater Volcano, Great Smoky Mountains, Acadia in Maine, Maid of the Mist, which is the Niagara Falls, which is a national monument, Pictured Rocks, Sleeping Bear Dunes up in Traverse City. Lots of good stuff here, lots of adventures. And this hat is it's already pretty heavy. It's gonna be even more heavy once it's weighed down with all the other adventures that we're going to go on as a family. I can't wait to take my girls there and wear Daddy's adventure hat. Last hat I wanna share is, you saw my crown that I had at the beginning. That was from my first speech. I have a new king hat now. Here's a baseball cap that says King on it. After we had kids, our family, we visited a place called Castle Farms near Charlevoix, Michigan, and I got this king hat. And unlike the big flashy crown that I had before, this is kind of my take on being like a hat that says Dad or World's Best Dad. And mine says King, and it's a way that I wear proudly when I'm out and about to show my commitment as being the king of my household. And I have the responsibility to care and protect and provide for my wife and my girls. So in conclusion, I am still very much a man of many hats. And while my physical hat collection has grown and my roles have changed over the years, it's all part of my life's evolving story. I am proud to wear all these hats, but there's something new that I've found to be increasingly important. I will always have something stylish to cover the growing bald spot on the top of my head. And Toastmaster.
Awesome. That was great. Take a minute and get your evaluations for Josh's speech. That was sent in an email. You should be able to find that in the email that I sent earlier. So, Josh, would you say that you still collect a lot of hats?
Yeah, I still get some here and there. It all started back when I did the original speech. Most of my hats were something like every big trip that my family took when I was an adolescent, I would pick up another hat and it kind of became my thing. And so I've taken that on, and like venture hat is something that grows along with me. And the other ones that do have new meaning. So I keep getting new hats. To the story. This is a captain's hat I got up in Leland. I used to live up in North Michigan. That was from Fishtown. So I thought, oh, I'll get a boat like that, but I never did.
Well, you can still get a boat.
Good. Yeah, just lots of little fun hats. Most recently, we went to Myrtle Beach, and I got like a nice hat. I'd like to. There was one hat that I thought might have been inappropriate to bring that I got when I was on my bachelor party. The guys who held it for me knew from my college years, because I had all my hats up at the top of the room in my dormitory. So they knew that I had a hat collection, and they added to it with a big old like top hat, like a Mad Hatter sized hat, but it had like a silhouette of a lady on the front of it, and it was my bachelor hat.
Nice.
It was amusing, but another time.
All right. So, next part of our meeting, I did get a message saying that we are not going to be shut off after 40 minutes. Yay. So the next part of our meeting will go into our table topics with my daughter, Sydney. Hello. Okay. So we have all these people to choose from. Yep. How many people do you have time for? Well, it's 12:25, so we probably have. You could start out with at least 2 or 3. Okay. So let me go here, and you can just pick people. Okay. All right. Michael, pick a number between 1 through 6.
5.
5. All right. Your question is, what is the biggest struggle you've had with being productive at home?
I like that one. Okay, so you didn't know. My wife wasn't home, and when I started working at home, my kids would run up and down, and I had to find something for them to do. So unfortunately, that took me away from actually being able to get on the screen. Now, over the weekend, I went to New York, picked up my wife, and came back. So as you know, I am quarantined in my house officially, thanks to the president, of course, but because I went to New York. And now that I'm home, I have my wife and my mother-in-law and my 2 children, and it's been great. They've been wonderful at being able to watch the children for me, but because they haven't been here, and look at one of them coming now, it's very difficult to maintain staying behind the computer and working. Hello, Joshua. All right. And that's been the hardest thing since I've been here. It hasn't been the TV, it hasn't been food, it hasn't been snacking, it hasn't been the cell phone, it's been my children. But thank you for the question, Madam Toastmaster. I'm sorry, back to you.
Okay. And you can pick from, I would pick someone other than Josh. Yeah. Because he spoke. Exactly. Pick Jonathan or Luke. Luke's already good. Yeah. Okay, Luke, pick a number between 1 through 6, excluding 5.
3.141.
So what number? Yeah, what number?
Great.
Three. How has working around family affected your productiveness?
Well, thank you very much for that question. I've been finding that as I have family around, my productivity, it used to be way up here. And now it's still kind of way up here. It's been this push-pull of having family around because my wife is really great about taking care of the kids and keeping them down in separate rooms. So I rarely see them popping into the room. But when they do, it's hilarious because I've got a 3-year-old who's potty training. So there's all kinds of things that we hear in the background that I get distracted with. And it's entertaining for everyone else too. The reason that I think my productivity has actually been maintaining is also that when I have an extra 5 minutes between meetings, I can actually go down to the basement. I can go interact with them for a little bit and then come right back up and get to work. And that's not an advantage that I have like when I'm at the office. So I would really say that I've been able to maintain productivity with being able to have my family around me in this environment. So thank you very much for the question.
Okay. Jonathan, pick a number between 1 through 6.
2.
2? Okay. Your question is, what does your average workday look like and how is it different from being in the office?
Fellow Toastmasters, thank you for the question. So my workday doesn't change at all, actually. I actually work from home, and this is actually a common thing for me is to do this. It's almost kind of creepy to an aspect of this is normal for me. The thing that is different for me here is that we actually, my brother and his wife were watching their 8-month-old as well. So we have 3 kids in the house. So I understand the kids running around, going and doing different things. So that's the new thing. We have their child as well. So that we have the three girls that are just running around and making ruckus. And I hear them, but my day has not changed. The thing that's interesting is that you guys have all joined me in this working from home thing. And I will also tell you that there was a few weeks where I started off, and this was now 5 years ago, that it's rough. Like, it's totally different. It's something new. It's something different. I think that it was interesting from Vicky mentioned her first desk or what she has right now and what she's going to be upgrading here in a bit. I went from that. I had a cardboard table when I started. I had a folding chair that I started with, and I needed to upgrade. I currently have, and I should probably send you guys a picture of it, but I have Mega Desk now up in my attic space. Had to do a whole attic redo so that I have this space now, but it's I needed that space away. The things that Vicky had mentioned, those are the things that I needed to add into the space so that I could have that to work from home. So I'm going to turn it back over to our topics master. Thank you.
You have time for one more?
Yeah, it's 12:31. So, you could do your day.
Okay, Chris, go ahead and pick a number between 1 through 5. You have 2 to choose from, and 3. So there's 1, 4, and 6 you could really choose from. But.
Chris, unmute yourself. One, 4, or 6?
Yeah.
1.
Okay. Your question is, how has working from home and being in isolation affected your mental health?
Well, it hasn't really affected my thing because I'm not working at home. I'm out every day for pest control. So, unfortunately, I'm not like rest consumers or people working from home home office. I have to go out and wear a mask, gloves, safety glasses, and fight this bug out. You guys get safe, stay outside, and deal with the sick out. I'm just hoping it gets done soon. I don't feel comfortable at times in people's apartments wearing masks, gloves, almost a hazmat suit, just trying to stay safe and sanitize myself. So that's pretty much my thing. I'm up. Like I said, I'm at home. I'm out in the field.
Okay. Right. And I think you could probably do one more because I mute him. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I've done muted. Yeah, do Brian.
All right. Okay, Brian, 4 or 6?
Go 4.
Okay. Your question is, how did you adapt a part of your home into a workspace?
Okay. Toastmasters. Well, it was a little bit of trial and error. Actually, hang on. I got to start my own time here, unless someone else is going to do it for me. How are you doing? Hang on 1 second. The bugs to work out. So
I got
I started off in the basement. Okay, thank you, sir. So I started off in the basement, and I thought that would be perfect, out of the way. The kids wouldn't be down there. But as it turns out, it's kind of cool in the basement, and my cell phone didn't work very well. So after about 2 days of trying that, I'm like, this just isn't going to work. So I brought myself, I moved my entire office, a couple of tables, both monitors, all my files, up to a second floor, kind of the guest or toy room. And it's been fantastic. I've got a big window here, which I don't have at work or, of course, in the basement. I do find myself gazing out on occasion, but on a nice day like today, I think it's actually productive, and it's actually worked out fantastic. And I've always thought of myself as a never work home kind of person. It's working shockingly well. You know, like a lot of people say, we'll have to see if this changes some of our the hour commute and the gas a couple times a week, and still keep that production and efficiency level up, especially when the kids go back to school, if they go back to school this year. But so a little bit of trial and error on the office space, but I'm shocked at how well it's working. Second floor over basement any day for me, fellow Toastmasters.
Well, you're going to have to say, please take a minute to vote for.
Okay, please take a minute to vote for your favorite table topic response.
So Michael with, and then just do the recaps.
Are we gonna send it to you?
Michael with having his wife and mother-in-law.
I'll take it.
Thank you. Sorry, dog problems. That's my kid that's speaking now. Michael with having his wife and kids helping, it makes it easier for him to concentrate at home. Luke with maintaining his and going to see the kids. Jonathan with working from home and having a mega desk. I like that mega desk. Chris with having to wear a hazmat suit to work pest control out in the public. And Brian with second floor over basement any day. And then if you want to send me a private message on who you vote for, that was also in the video, so I can show if you need to know how to do that.
Does everyone see down? So if you turn on the chat part, I'll remember to have it up. Chat window has 2, from 1 to any of the individual. Be sure to change that to Vicky so that he and Renee can gather.
Yes, so I'll look for those messages. Okay, and I see them coming in, great. Okay, at this time, let's go ahead and have Jeff Chilson give his evaluation of Josh's icebreaker.
Thank you, everyone. I have an unstable connection. So first of all, can I just get a thumbs up on the sound? Okay, very good. Thank you very much. This is going to be a very short introduction because I probably only saw about a minute of your speech, Josh. You cut out very shortly after the first sentence, and then I saw about the last 30 seconds of it. So first of all, I do want to say, though, from the clips that I did see, very good bit of preparation on your end to state how you're going to do this presentation. As soon as I saw the title, I knew right away, it's like, oh, he's going to have to stand up, he's going to do all the props. And so I thought you had a very good sense of how you're going to stage this in a very unusual setting. And especially to be able to work the camera where you were in that limited frame and to stay in the frame. I thought you did an excellent job thinking that through ahead of time. That's a good thing for all of us to learn here as we're going to be doing a lot of this video conferencing in the future. And especially since with a speech like this, you want to use as much style as you can and project as much of that fun and larger than life hats that you have. That's a real challenge. I also thought it was good. I see you have your own microphone there, but it was sensitive enough to pick up the sound, even though you were probably a good 10 feet away from it. So I thought it was still audible. Again, good preparation. So preparation is key to success, even more so with some of these technical challenges we're going to have. So again, the flagrant use of hats, a big thumbs up on that. I want to give you a big shout out for all the fun. I'll have to go back and watch this one on video to see the new hat and some of the other bits and pieces along the way. Well done as always. And please do look forward to getting all that feedback from folks via email. With that, that is going to wrap up my presentation. I'll turn it back over to our Toastmaster.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.
Vicky, you're on mute.
Thanks, Jeff. And hopefully we can work on some connection issues and maybe get that a little better. Okay, and at this time, let's go ahead and have Chris Harwood, who's our general evaluator, give his evaluation. You gotta unmute yourself.
These old peas. Okay, hear me now? I don't hear myself, but shoot. Okay. Time report, please. Can I have a time report?
Sorry, I wasn't ready. We'll have to work
Oh.
out the bugs. All right, so overall, we maintained on time perfectly so far, which is impressive given the new technology use here. Overall time, so it turns out virtually I'm no better at keeping time than in person. And on Josh's speech, I was convinced that I had not reset my stopwatch from a prior timing effort. So Josh, you're either right at 6:10, which is really good, or something under that. But I think you're right about 6 minutes. On table topics, Michael 110, Luke 115, Jonathan 144, Chris 105, and myself a minute 30. So we're all pretty good right there. And Jeff's evaluation I had right at about 2 minutes. So everyone did really well from a timer perspective. That's my report.
Thank you. Thank you for your report, Brian. On to the Connor.
Yes, thank you, Chris. So I'll just mark that one down for me. Well, thank you for everyone's flagrant use of ahs, ums, and so's. With our technology limitations, I was only able to catch a few things, and also combined with my lack of inattention for looking around the room and finding other stuff to do around here, a lot of you were safe. However, Vicky, there was a few ums, a so, Josh, a show. So, Brent, when you were delivering your report, that was like the most ums I've heard all day, which is fine. Jeff, there was one and a. I have to forgive this one because I saw it was a thought came into your head and it was a good thought. There was like an oh, not an ah, not a filled pause. It was more like an interruption in thought, but I deem it worthy because of the thought coming through. And Chris, one ah that I could catch. And that's my report. Thank you.
Try that again, Chris.
Remember, you're on mute. Mute. There we go.
Oh, technology. Okay. Your report, Michael?
I was supposed to take one, right? Mr. Chosen, I think you're the only person that used the word of the day, flagrant. If anybody else used it, I'm sorry, I might have missed it. Did anybody else use it? I see a finger pointing. You did. You did. Okay. I caught inattention out of you, Mr. Luke, but thank you. Thank you very much. Those are the two the two times the word of the day was used, and that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, trying to think the next one on our list. We had the Gamarian. Okay, I guess my report. My report, ran well today when the little technical problems with the sound and stuff to work out some bugs. And yeah, like I said, the meeting went well. I like Josh's speech. Excellent speech about different hats. Cool, very cool in the speech. And just trying to get adjusted into all this high-tech video meeting stuff. We'll get it worked out here in the next one, the future here. Again, this meeting went well today, I thought. Thank you very much, Mrs. Toastmaster.
Remember, you're mute, Vicky.
You're muted.
Okay, I thought I had unmuted myself, but you know how that goes. Okay, we're at the most fun part of the meeting. It is award time. Maybe? Yes. Okay. For our best speaker, I am going to share my screen. I made some awards. As fun as this is. Where is it? Okay. Share. All right. For our best speaker and our best evaluator, can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not.
Let me make it full screen. I'm just going to do this. Hang on just a second. I can never find my mouse. There we go. For our outstanding evaluator goes to Jeff Chilson. And where is our best speaker today goes to Josh Martin, and I will be emailing these and possibly taking some screenshots of sorts and putting them out on Facebook. Our table topics today goes to Luke Peters. Sorry, I should have been clapping for everyone. I have to get used to doing this too. And grammarian, who was our most sesquipedalian today?
I have to give it to Luke.
Okay.
Thank you, Luke.
And
Good job.
Luke gets most sesquipedalian as well. Just ignore my typing.
Can't actually see the other ones you're working on.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Supposed to be sharing both, but okay.
Are you going to email?
Yes, I will be emailing them out. So were you not able to see them?
Just the first evaluator.
Okay. Dang. All right, I will email them out. And maybe I do have to have dual screens. I don't know. So at this time, I would like to pass the meeting off over to Josh for any announcements. Oh, there's Jonathan. Ooh, nice.
There was Jonathan. Where did he disappear off to?
I don't know, but that is a mega desk.
I'm still here. So, but that's Megadesk. So.
Love it. All right. Josh, do you want to go ahead and give us any parting words?
Yes. First off, thank you again, everyone, for trying out something new. I'm glad that we can keep doing our meetings despite being stuck at home. I felt like this was actually pretty fun still, and it was good to see everyone's faces again. It's been a couple of weeks. Couple of them figured out what to do. I appreciate Jonathan coming from the leadership side to share resources and ideas and inspiration about how to run online meetings. I think we can do the groups about Zoom that Vicki and I did. It was really helpful. So it could be of a success as it was. So again, thank you, Vicki, for being kind of the test subject to Big R, running us through a meeting. And I'm glad that you guys were able to hear my speech and everything worked. A lot of the technical stuff, there's a few things to iron out, but I think we actually did pretty well being prepared for this and learned a few things for next time. So speaking of, and Jeff got off.
Yeah, he lost Jeff. Connection.
That's why I wanted to applaud him on, but I can't believe how that guy comes up with, based on the context of knowing my previous one from long ago, combined with 30 seconds at the beginning and 30 seconds at the end, was able to formulate that effective of an evaluation. It goes to show just how masterful at observing and putting together feedback. So that was very helpful, I think, for the whole club to hear about some of the ways that things I did was worked or didn't work. So when not everyone has to stand up and use the space for a speech. That might not be possible depending on where your mega desk happens to be. So we can do some things to think about. So take his advice to heart and to deliver well in this environment, because it's now just as much about the content of your speech as well as kinds of distractions do you have, how well is it set up. You can practice some new skills while we're here. So I think this will be a good thing for us to refresh and get on who would have otherwise been stuck. So cool. Next week we have No one slated for Toastmaster. Maybe I can host it, but I think I could. That.
Okay, Josh, did you say you were gonna sign up for Toastmaster for next week?
Yeah, I'll take it next week unless someone has a real hankering. That way it's covered and we can fill out from there, see if someone else can do a speech online here. Think about what your projects are and we'll continue working on those pathways. And does anyone else have anything to share before we wrap up our meeting? Jonathan, do you have any parting words?
This is Jonathan. If it's okay if I can speak for a couple minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
So I really like seeing this from the Consumers Energy engineers and the engineering minds that you guys have of how did you put this meeting together. So thank you for that. I took away from this your sound check, your technology check at the beginning, which like duh, like they do that for all shows and everything else. Like why not do that here? So I'm going to work on trying to incorporate that as well. I know that you guys know each other. I would still work on trying to get additional people to come to this too, because other people are stuck at home say, hey, this is a great opportunity to do that as well and get them in there. If you're okay with it, I'd like to, when you guys have a Zoom meeting, is if you can provide that to me, I can get that out there for the other Toastmasters. I have another guy that he's engineer minded like yourselves, and who I think would fit well if I can get him to come to this as well. I really liked what you guys did. First meeting was awesome. You guys did a great job, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. If you can work on your transitions, that would be the thing that I would say for grows, just because you're not doing that handshake or that transition from the lectern. Just try to work on that as much as you can. So that's my grow for you. But I turn back over to you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead and just include you in the invite each week and put the Zoom meeting in there. Eventually, when we do get back to doing them in person, and I think that will happen, I believe that we could still do the Zoom meeting and just having it facing the lectern in the room.
Yeah,
and that's something to think about too.
Yeah, I'm going to try to propose that we do some hybrid meetings of in-person and video if we can.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
I agree with that. Do you have a final comments before we adjourn?
Two things before you go, since we have those. I have a question. Hopefully, one of you can answer. If I'm sitting here, for some reason, I don't know why more here at home than I do, maybe because of the ergonomics of the chair that I'm using. I'm getting neck pain, like in upper, right below my neck. I'm wondering if you guys have the same issues, shoulder, maybe because of my screen placement.
Are you looking down at a laptop?
Well, yes, but normally I'm looking at a screen. I'm looking at this laptop now because I had to move to a quiet place. My screen, I think, is more at eye level.
So the top of the screen, the very top of the visible part of the screen should be eye level. It doesn't look like it from the camera angle. It looks like it's
right now. This is my laptop, which I'm using, but because I had to move to another location in my home. But normally I'm using two. But you're saying the top of the monitor needs to be at my eye level?
Yeah, that's what the ergonomics say, is that the top of the monitor should be where your eyes meet.
Okay.
So the other thing is related to how you're resting your arms. So like how are you doing that in comparison to what you would do at your desk? Is just that's another thing that your upper back that definitely happens with how you lay your hands on top of a table or such. So just have to watch that too.
All right. Most of the time at work, my hands are on the table, whereas at home it's kind of laying in my lap. I'm sitting farther away from the table. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other ideas? Thank you.
I had the same thing going on, Michael. My shoulders are.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and just to mention for the Toastmasters meeting when we do these, mind your background. like I realized my son was on my lap earlier, and then I realized I got to kick him out of here because that's a distraction for the other people that's in the room. If you're wearing a shirt but you're not wearing pants, avoid standing up.
I'll keep that in mind, Michael. Thank you.
I apparently have a glare on my forehead from where I'm sitting now. I just realized that. So, mind your lighting as well.
Does it squeak?
Hold actions for the people.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so that's it. That's
That one is the one I stepped
Thank
on.
you.
All right, I got
You could have something like this.
to drop for 1 o'clock. Have a good
Ditto. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
All right.